A military warship, the USM Valor, has crash-landed into the cargo hold of this cursed ship. But just maybe Isaac can retrieve its singularity core, plug it into a shuttle, and get us out of this god-awful place.
Isaac! Good, you made it inside. Listen, I just found the munitions log for the Valor. I don't think their presence here is a coincidence. They're not on reconnaissance and they're not on patrol. This ship is prepped for war. They're on a seek and destroy mission. Do you hear me?
Isaac, I've lost him again. No signal from Hammond's rig. Find the Singularity Core and get the hell out of there.
A seek and destroy mission. Was the Valor planning to attack us? Okay, let's see how bad the damage is.
Entering zero gravity.
Isaac, one of the Valor's weapons ripped open in the crash. Those green orbs you see are highly radioactive, and the Valor's airlock has sealed itself. You're going to have to throw those into space before you can get into the ship.
Highly radioactive, you say? No problem, Kendra. I'll just grab 'em up and throw 'em outside. I'm beginning to wonder if the engineers of the future are really just a selectively bred servant race. Completely obedient, as long as you promise them that they'll be rewarded with the company of their mate. Well, I must say, at least the Valor is making an airtight cork out of itself for the hole it made. But we still need to let a little bit of air out.
Entering vacuum.
Radioactive material removed. Radioactive material removed. Radioactive material removed.
Man, this ship has been through everything. A plague of undead alien mutants, a tram system failure, a baby farm revolt, it ran out of fuel, its centrifuge failed, a mad scientist with a Frankenstein monster and aspirations to bring about the apocalypse, an asteroid onslaught during a defense cannon failure, a garden absorbed by a friggin' space leviathan, a failed communications antenna that a tentacle crab colossus was sitting on. And now it even has a warship embedded into it with its warheads leaking radiation all over the place. It's like one big perfect storm of holy shit! Now this is one of the ship's cargo holds, which, if you were paying attention to the map on the tram, is part of a very large section of the ship, just below the hydroponics deck. This area of the ship exists to store minerals and ores harvested from planets and asteroids like the one we launched on the mining deck in Chapter 7. Isaac and his friends might count themselves very fortunate that the Valor crashed into this part of the ship, as it consists primarily of large storage rooms like this one. If it had crashed into another part of the ship, it might have cut off access to important hallways, or worse, perhaps even the tram system, and left many sections of the ship completely inaccessible. I'm not sure I mentioned this, but damn, there are a lot of babies on this ship I have to kill. Isaac will have earned a Vietnam veteran's welcome if and when he gets back to Earth. Okay, there should be only 1 or 2 more globes of radioactive fuel. After we get rid of them, we should be able to board the Valor.
Radioactive material removed.
Notice the crackling sound that you hear when Isaac approaches radioactive material. No, that's not Rice Krispies. That means his suit must be equipped with some kind of Geiger counter, which makes the clicking noise when it detects nuclear radiation. A Geiger counter works through the use of a tube filled with a low-pressure gas, which produces an electric charge when it encounters alpha particles, beta particles, or gamma rays.
Radiation hazard clear. Safety lock released.
Who or what was that?
The part you're looking for will be in the engine room at the back of the ship. I'm reading massive damage, so you may need to find an alternate route to get there.
Whatever that thing is, I hope it keeps running away from me.
The infection process is doing something strange to these soldiers. They all have built-in stasis units in their body armor. The infection is merging the stasis unit into their flesh or something, making them move fast. Real fast. Be careful.
Ah, the bizarre effects of sci-fi stasis technology. This leads us to the inevitable discussion about the subject I have been saving for this chapter. What exactly is the stasis module Isaac uses to slow down his opponents? The reason I saved it for this chapter is because of the clue offered by these necromorph soldiers. Apparently the organism has not only absorbed their bodies, but has become affected by the stasis technology. But rather than making them slower, it speeds them up. This can only mean that the stasis module works through some form of time distortion. Somehow, when I use stasis on an enemy, it coats them in some kind of temporary time-slowing field, causing them to appear, from our perspective, to be moving very slowly. But this is an illusion. From their perspective, Isaac must be moving extremely fast. In truth, neither conclusion is accurate. It is time which is moving at a different pace, not the object subject to that pace of time. When a necromorph gets zapped with a stasis beam, the world around it would suddenly appear to speed up. But the reality is, within the space its body occupies, the opposite is the case. The flow of time has slowed down. Its body is still moving along at normal speed, though, within the field surrounding it. Usually in science fiction, stasis is used as a means of suspended animation, to slow down or even stop their mental and biological processes during long voyages across vast distances of space. In video games, such as Dead Space, however, it's more popularly weaponized. Somehow, the fusion of necromorph flesh with the stasis module seems to have generated a lasting anti-stasis field around the organism, speeding time up within its body.
Isaac, make it whole again.
How this could have happened is up to the imagination. Perhaps stasis energy is stored in a similar way to how electricity is stored, with an opposite charge. And the necromorph infection adopted that opposite charge into its own cells, giving them their own hyper-time field.
Isaac, I'm tracking your position, but it doesn't look like I can reach you. This damn ship was nearly shared in half. I made it to the bridge. It's a mess here. These poor bastards didn't stand a chance. I'm going to override all door locks so you can get to the engine room. I'll try and catch up with you there.
Yeah, they didn't stand a chance, because they didn't have a badass engineer. Mother piece of. Okay, gotta fix the elevator. This should be easy. Well, let's look in this door first. We have a save point here, so I think I'll wrap this video up and take the elevator next time. We'll also do a little target practicing. You'll see what I mean. Talk to you then.